3 months ago, his mother had nearly died. A severe stroke.
Julian, please. She's in critical condition. She keeps asking for you. Please come home.
I'm so sorry, Chloe. The project is at a critical stage right now. I really can't leave. She'll be okay.
So many nights like that, his phone unanswered. Or always some excuse he couldn't come. He never came back. He ignored his own family, his parents, his son, and the whole time, he was here being a good husband, a good father, a good son-in-law. The irony was sickening. Mia's phone rang. She didn't step away or lower her voice. She just answered it right there.
Hey, baby.
Close enough that I heard every word. Julian's voice. The same warm tone he used to use with me.
Our son still hasn't broken his fever. The doctor wants to keep him overnight. I'm a little short on cash. Can you transfer me some? $300 should cover it.
Of course. I'll send it now.
I laughed inwardly. The devoted family husband. Then Julian's voice softened.
I can't hold you tonight, baby. Stay warm, okay? Don't kick off the blankets. One day away from you and I already feel off.
Those words stabbed at my chest like sharp blades. 12 years of marriage, and the last time he'd said anything like that to me felt like a lifetime ago. These days, he didn't even show that warmth toward our own son. Time had turned us an old married couple in name only.
I just realized I never asked your name. Chloe. What a pretty name.
She was as cheerful as ever. Even now, I was still giving her the benefit of the doubt. There was a good chance she had no idea, that she was just as deceived as I was.
Since Julian won't be back tonight, why don't you just stay? You can talk to him about the work stuff tomorrow.
That evening, Mia cooked a full dinner, a proper, generous spread. I met their daughter for the first time. She had Julian's eyes. Mr. and Mrs. Miller were polite to me, but barely. There was a wariness in their gaze that I noticed, but didn't mention. At the table, the conversation kept circling back to Julian. The way they talked about him, he wasn't a son-in-law, he was their son. Mia was an only child. In a town like this, that had always meant something for her parents. They'd spent their whole lives looked down on for not having a son. Then Julian arrived, moved in, supported the whole family, treated them like his own. And for the first time, they held their heads up.
Julian is the rock of this family. We can't do without him.
Something stuck in my throat, like a thorn I couldn't pull out. The rock of our family, gone for 7 years, had been holding up someone else's family all along. Mia put me in the guest room for the night. After the lights went out, I lay awake, unable to sleep. Through the wall, I could hear Mr. and Mrs. Miller talking quietly for a long time. I made 2 decisions. I filed a report, with documentation, with proof, to Julian's corporate headquarters. Then, I texted my brother. He was a police officer.
I'm going to need you to make an arrest.
Neither decision felt satisfying, but both were right. Justice for my life, a consequence he'd earned. The next morning...
It's cold and you're not dressed for it. My man just bought this for me. Only been washed once, never worn.
A designer label I'd spent an entire winter eyeing, adding to my cart, removing it, telling myself there were more important things to spend money on, parents to care for, a son to raise. I used to say things like that to Julian.
Other husbands buy their wives things. In all these years, you've never once picked something out for me.
In all these years, he always had the same answer, calm and easy.
The money's yours. Buy whatever you want. I wouldn't know what to choose anyway. I'm no good with that kind of thing.
He wasn't no good. He just didn't care enough to try. Not for me.
Thank you so much.
It was beautiful. It was warm. Mia blinked, a flash of surprise crossing her face. She'd clearly expected me to refuse politely. At breakfast, she was back to her usual self. Cheerful, talkative, dropping Julian's name into every other sentence. She asked me questions too. What was New York like? What did I do for work? At one point, she looked at me and asked,
Are you happy?
It's fine. My husband just isn't as attentive as yours.
She smiled widely at that. Then just before noon, the front door swung open.
Honey, I'm home.
Julian's voice filled the house. He walked in carrying their 5-year-old son. The moment his eyes landed on me, He went rigid. I looked at him steadily.
Which honey are you talking to? Exactly.
Julian's face locked up. He stood there holding the boy and said absolutely nothing. I held his gaze. My eyes said everything I didn't speak aloud. Why? How could you? Do you have any idea what you've done to your son? To your parents? He was an only child. His whole life, they had sacrificed everything for him. And he had walked away from all of it and quietly become the son of someone else's family. I would never understand it. I would never forgive it. Mia broke first.
What does that mean?
She grabbed my arm, then turned to Julian.
Julian? Julian, look at me. What is going on? I don't understand. Why would she call you that? Why is she calling you that?
The paralysis broke from Julian's face. He quickly set the boy down. He took a few steps forward, then stopped, caught exactly halfway between us, unable to choose a direction.
I'll explain everything.
Explain what? That our 12-year marriage is nothing but an empty shell? That you have no parents? No son? Or that you, a married man, have been living out here as another woman's husband and you're ready to file for divorce so she can finally have your last name?
Every word landed. He had no answer. He looked like a man caught with nowhere to run.
I know I don't deserve forgiveness.
He finally said.
I'm sorry.
Mia fell apart.
Sorry? What does that mean for me?
She was crying now fully.
You said I was everything to you. You said I was your life. Say something. Tell me what's happening right now.
And then Julian turned away from me and moved to pull her into his arms. My heart was bleeding. Fury rose through me.
Then what are you saying?
I demanded. He let go of her. He didn't dare hold her again. He stood there looking cornered, miserable, caught between two directions with no good move left. In the silence, my phone rang. Julian's father. A video call. I answered without hesitating and switched to the rear camera.
Have you found Julian yet?
The old man's voice was full of hope. He hadn't seen his son in almost 2 years. I walked the phone slowly across the living room until the camera landed on the family portrait on the wall. All 6 of them, all smiling.
Found him. Along with his new wife, his new son, his new daughter, his new family. This is other home. He moved in with her family. He's been taking care of them for years.
I heard my father-in-law's sharp intake of breath. For a moment, he was too furious to speak. I turned the camera to Julian and Mia.
Dad, meet the new family.
Julian, is this what you've been doing? This. You have no regard for your mother and me. No regard for your wife and son. Are you trying to put me in the grave? Turn it off. Stop filming. Just stop. I no longer have a son. Do you hear me? I have no son.
In the middle of it all, Mr. and Mrs. Miller walked through the front door. The moment Mr. and Mrs. Miller understood who I was,
If Julian chose to marry my daughter and have children with her,
That tells you everything about where he stands. End it clean and move on.
we're not giving him up.
I've treated Julian like my own son from the day he walked into this house. He and Mia love each other. That's not going to change.
And what do you say?
he had been staring at the floor. When my eyes finally forced his head up, he hesitated, then asked me slowly.
Do you still want me back?
Before I could answer, Mia flew across the room. She dropped to the floor in front of him and grabbed his collar.
What kind of question is that? If she still wants you, does that mean you'll throw me away? Julian, if you dare leave this family, I'll take the kids and end it all. I mean it. She gave you 1 child. I gave you 2. I have given you more. You can't just—
Julian pulled her up and tried to calm her.
I just need to know what she...
I laughed hollowly to myself. Then deliberately I said,
I want you to come home. Cut everything here off. For good.
I knew exactly what he was doing. He was waiting for me to make the choice for him, sure that someone like me, with my standards, would never accept a man who had done this. He expected me to say,
I want a divorce!
and hand him his exit. When I didn't, surprise flickered across his face, even a trace of disappointment. I stared at him.
Now it's your turn to choose.
His lips moved. Nothing came out. Mia shook him by the arm, crying.
Say something. You said I'm the love of your life. You said you'd grow old with me. Say it to her face.
Julian had no choice. He looked at me with pleading eyes.
Could we just keep things the way they are? the way they are?
I stared at him, cold. He wanted to keep both of us. My look made him too ashamed to repeat himself.
You stay out here and keep playing husband? I go back to New York, take care of your parents, raise our son alone, run your whole life from the background? Enjoy this one?
He had nothing to say, but I could see it in his face. That was exactly what he'd hoped for. Mia grabbed his arm again, sobbing.
If you don't choose this family, I'll take these kids and die in front of you. You promised me we'd grow old together. You can't abandon us.
She pulled both children over to her, crying.
Understand it. Ask your daddy, she said to them. Ask him if he's going to keep you.
The two children didn't understand what was happening, but seeing Mia cry, they cried too, crowding into Julian's arms.
Daddy, please don't leave us. Daddy, Mommy's crying. You always said you can't stand to see Mommy cry, please?
Julian finally broke. He pulled all three of them into his arms. His eyes went red. Then he looked at me. He had made his decision.
Chloe, I'm sorry. I know you can manage on your own. I know you'll be okay. She can't. She has nothing without me.
He glanced at Mia and the children, then back at me.
Take everything in the house. I won't fight you for custody. But this is the choice I have to make. I'm asking you to let us go.
He wiped his eyes, couldn't look at me, and finally said,
Chloe, I have no right to ask anything of you. But name your terms. Whatever I can give you, I will.
Mia knelt down in front of me.
Please. Please. You're educated, you're capable, you're beautiful. You'll find someone better than him. I can't. He is all I have.
She pulled both children over.
Kneel down. Ask her to let your daddy stay.
Two small faces turned up toward me.
Please, madam, don't take our daddy. Our family needs a daddy, otherwise it won't be whole.
She was using the children to work on my conscience. Anger surged through me.
Your children need a father, and mine doesn't? Your child is older. Mine are still small.
I laughed and stood up from the couch.
The truth is, none of these children, yours or mine, will have a father from here on out.
Both Julian and Mia looked up sharply, not understanding. Not until my brother walked through the door, with local police officers behind him, and Julian's boss and two company directors right after. Only then did Julian understand. I had never intended to give him a choice, and I was certainly not going to let them walk away